Hello, Needham Golf Club members. This is Dan Traub on behalf of the men's and women's golf committees to tell you about some exciting changes to our 2023 tee schedule. The sole purpose of these changes is to create as much access as we can to the golf course for all members. This is a three-part series. This part one, will be to describe in general the day-to-day access and how you can gain that access. Part two will be the specifics of how to make a tee time on our online website tee sheet. And part three will be to impart the same information, how to make a tee time using the phone app. So here in part one, just in general terms, this is what our tee sheet looks like. This sheet, many of you have seen in the past. This will be posted on our website. Keep in mind that this is a fluid process. We're doing the best we can to evolve as the needs of our membership evolve, and so nothing is written in stone forever. But this is probably what it's going to be look like at the beginning of the year. And zoning in to this, you can see there are basically three types of tee times, nicely color coded to make it easy. The blue are 9-hole tee times only. If you try and make a tee time at 9:42, you will only be able to make a 9-hole tee time. The green are open, meaning you can make 9 or 18-hole tee times. If you click on a tee time at 8:30, you'll need to make a decision. Am I playing 9 or am I playing 18? And then on Saturday and Sunday mornings, which are tee times only available to Class 1 and 2 members, these are 18-hole tee times only. If any member tries to click on here, they'll only be allowed to make an 18-hole tee time, and only if they're Class 1 and 2 member. Now, how are we creating more access? Well, there's two ways. Number one, let me zoom back out, is that you'll see there's a lot more blue on the page than there used to be. A lot more times available just for 9-hole tee times. The second way we're creating tee times, extra access, I should say, is to be very diligent about opening up additional 9-hole tee times as they become available. What do I mean by that? Well, if someone makes a tee time at 8:30 and they decide, because that's an open tee time, to only play 9 holes, we know at 10:45 there won't be anybody there making the turn, and we can open up another 9-hole only tee time at 10:45. Now, the problem with this is that we're only going to do this once a day. So as you know, every day gets open 7 days in advance. So a week before this Wednesday, the week before, people logged on and they made tee times on Wednesday morning. Well, on Thursday morning, the pro shop will look and say, okay, who on Wednesday made a 9-hole tee time during a time that's open? And they will go ahead and, one day after the fact, if you will, open up the corresponding 9-hole tee time here. So if you're looking to play 9 holes during these times that are blocked in red, they won't be available 7 days in advance, but they'll be lagging, and each day more tee times will open up. So you'll have to be a little bit more diligent about checking back on the website or on your phone app more frequently to see as those tee times open. We've tried to do this a little bit in the past, and this year we're just pledging to do this better. The pro shop will have a task every day to do this. They're not going to do this throughout the day, so don't expect that, at 10, 12, 2, and 4, more tee times are going to open. It's going to happen once a day, but it will happen. And so that's one way. That's the second way we're creating more access. Now, one question that comes up is, you might say, well, gee, I'd like to play 18 holes, but I'd really like to play at 9:30. And at 9:30, there's only a 9-hole tee time available. Well, there's nothing to prevent you from making 9-hole tee time at 9:30 and then looking 2 hours and 15 minutes later and making another tee time at 11:57. And then you have 18 holes. Or There's nothing to prevent you from saying, I'm going to make a 9-hole tee time at 1 and another 9-hole tee time at 3:15. You get the idea. This can be done throughout the day. You can make a 9-hole tee time at 7 and at 9:15. You can make a 9-hole tee time at 4 and then 6:15, etc., etc. Now, the problem might be that by the time you make a tee time at 7, the 9:15 tee time might be gone. That is definitely an issue. And as we know, this is not a perfect system, and we're doing the best we can given our tools, which is basically a system made for 18-hole golf courses. One suggestion would be, if you're playing with somebody else, is you both agree to sign on at 7 o'clock on the previous Wednesday and say, hey, I'll go ahead and make the tee time at 7, you go ahead and make the tee time at 9:15, and we'll have a better chance of getting tee times that match each other so well. We only ask that you keep those 2 9-hole separated tee times at least by about 2 hours and 15 minutes. In other words, if you make it an hour and 45 minutes later, you won't be there to make the turn, and you won't have a spot to make the turn. So keep that in mind. The Pro Shop's going to be monitoring that as well, but this is a human process. This is not an automated process, so we'll do the best we can. This concludes part 1, which is to talk in general about how the tee system works. Part 2, to summarize, will be talking about website tee system and how to make tee times on our website. And part 3 will be same information on our phone app.